I kept 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who. Words of Rudyard Kipling's poem. The words what, why, when, how, where and who not only teach the poet. These are the soul spirit of every man in this universe. These words make us intellectually good and knowledgeable. We all knew that physical things are mortal and knowledge is the only immortal thing in the world. Knowledge makes our personality look good rather than the physical things. So let us all be knowledgeable to face this challenging world. That is what the scholars say. He who has a part has everywhere a part. An English proverb. Peridinum peridicale, arivai virivu sei, the words of Bharatiyar. These are the words which kindled us to present the exquisite and unique quiz program. It's my pleasure to welcome our principal in charge, who has taken the initiative of hosting this quiz competition and the one who plays an important role in today's program as the quiz master. I welcome you, sir. I feel great to welcome all the teachers, vice principals from the participant schools in our Mango City, Salem and the neighboring districts. I am glad to welcome the young minds of the participant schools. I just like to quote the words of Emerson here. You send your child to schoolmaster, but it's the schoolboys who educate him. As Emerson says, children are the one who teaches a lot to the parent and also to the teacher. I hope you are going to teach a lot to the teachers and parents today. I welcome all the young minds to this wonderful function. I'm happy to welcome all my colleagues for extending their wonderful cooperation to make this function a grand success. I feel pleasure to welcome our AO sir, who helped us to execute our plans well. I'm glad to welcome all the non-teaching staffs of our school to this wonderful function. I hope the day is going to be more and more and more interesting with the competition. Once again, I welcome you all to this fantastic function, and let me feel great to hand over the dais to our quiz master. Thank you. You're just going to enjoy this quiz program.
20 questions in the prelims. Out of those 20 questions, each team will be answering those. The top 6 teams will be selected for the finals. As you can see, it has been placed over here at the specified time. Is it clear? Yes, fine, thank you. Now, how are we going to do the prelims? That is more important. Now we have certain easy questions, certain tough questions, and certain tie-break questions as well. In case if there is a tie, let's say team A has got 17 and team B has got 17, and we are finding it difficult to choose the 6th team, no need to worry. We have a certain tie-break question, almost 5 of them. So those 5 questions we'll just compare and find which school has done the best, and accordingly we will be allotting marks. Okay, so you need not worry about that. The other school teacher in charges, you can take note of that. Apart from this, our school, we are just open and being transparent in the correction. We have selected 3 out-school teachers to pitch in for the corrections. We have 3 school teachers from our school as well as 3 out-school teachers who will be correcting the prelim answer sheets. So this will be more transparent so that there is no biased correction. Shall we go for the quiz? I can't see a loud yes. That's great, that's great. Okay, we'll start with the first. I think we can switch off the slides off. Yeah. Desk. Team 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It's your team name, absolutely. Any clarifications from this side? Students, participants? Fine. Any clarifications over here? So that's fine. Okay. Volunteers? I think volunteers can. Good, that's good. The staff volunteers of ARRS schools can take your places. Very good. We'll start with a tough one or easy one? Easy. All 20 easy? Tough. Okay, for a lighter note, we can start a predominantly easy question. Excuse me. The PowerPoint will not be. Hero comic. Will you find the line, with great power comes great responsibility? Which superhero comic you will find the line or the word or the phrase or whatever it is, with great power comes great responsibility? It's a comic. I can give you another thing, like it's also a famous movie. It's also a famous movie. A famous movie. That's maybe a clue for you. With great power comes great responsibility. Can we move on to the next question? Yes. Here's a little tough one. Armored Vehicles and Ammunition Depot of India is better known as. Armored Vehicles and Ammunition Depot of India is better known as. Again, I can give you a clue here. You want a clue, right? Some of them tell no. That's good. Okay, fine. We'll stop the clues. Fine. We just want to be neutral to everyone. Yes, we'll stop the clues. Armored Vehicles and Ammunition Depot of India is better known as. It is actually in Chennai. It is actually in Chennai. Okay, we move on. Your third question. Which filmmaker's company is called Madras Talkies? A famous producer, a famous filmmaker, a famous director. You can call him anything. He's very famous in the cinema line. He owns this company, Madras Talkies. Whom are we talking about? Who is this person who owns this company? He owns Madras Talkies. You might have seen many of his films. You might have seen many of his films here. Okay. We move on to the next question. Question 4. Before that, I need to ask, how many of you have seen the currency of India? 5 rupees, 10 rupees, every one of them. Here's a test for you. How many official languages are present on the back side of a standard Indian rupee note? Be it 5 rupees or be it 1000 rupees. How many standard official languages are present on the back side of a standard Indian rupee note? I want the exact number. The number of languages, official languages present at the back side of a standard Indian rupee note. It can be any rupees. 500, 1000, 10, 20, 50, 100, 5. They have stopped printing 5 rupee notes now. It's coins. Soon they'll stop 10 rupee notes also. Fine. We move on to the next one. It's a little tough, but if you think you can get it. That is what I told from the beginning of the quiz. It is out of the box thinking. It's not just bookish. It is not just, study from the books, mug it up and just vomit it out. It's not about that. It's something which you think you get the answer. You think and arrive at the answer. Let me tell you the 5th question. It is an excerpt from the Grand Wall, composed originally by Francisco Tárrega in 1902, which today is heard worldwide 1.8 billion times per day. 1.8 billion times per day it's heard. What are we talking about? This particular thing is heard 1.8 billion times per day. We are hearing that 1.8 billion times per day. That is approximately 20,000 times per second. This is originally composed by a grand wall. What are we talking about? This is what we call out of the box thinking, out of the box quizzing. This is what a quiz really is. What do we hear? Come on, what do we hear 1.8 billion times per day? It's across the world. Think, what would have been that? This is something composed. I can give you a thing, it's something, a music composed by this Francisco Tárrega. It's a music which has been composed, and that music is now heard 1.8 billion times per day. Which music is that? Which is so popular and is heard 20,000 times per second. You're hearing 20,000 times in a second, 20,000 different people are hearing that. Fine, we'll move on to the next question, a relatively easy one. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wrote this book when he was in jail. What's the name of this book? Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wrote this book when he was imprisoned. What is the name of this book? I want the name of this book. We'll move on to the next question. Which organization has come up with a unique idea to eliminate corruption at all levels in India? An Indian organization has come up with a unique idea to stop corruptions at all levels. They have started something. This organization has started something. I can give you a clue for this. You can see a picture coming up. This is a 0 rupees. They have started this organization by printing this kind of notes with the approval of the government. It's a non-voluntary organization. Okay, it's also an NGO. Which organization has come up with this unique idea to eliminate corruptions at all levels? Maybe a tough one. I can see from the faces all are staring at me. Okay, I can stare back with you and I give the answers. Okay, something about geography. Okay, it's not that you need to see the map. It's about how well versed you are in GK. This is the only city in the world, to lie in both the continents of Europe and Asia. The only city in the world to lie in the continents, in both the continents of Europe and Asia. This city lies in both the continents. Which city? I want the name of the city. Okay.